Hey everyone, NoModMaster here. Next on the list at number 17 is Abernathy Farm. Abernathy Farm has an area rank of 44 and a height limit of 19 floors. Now that the area ranks have gotten into the 40s, this is the beginning of large-sized settlements in my opinion. So when you guys first discover Abernathy Farm, you may not realize it's a settlement at first until you get a little closer, because it kind of just looks like a big power pylon from the distance. But once you get closer, you'll realize that the Abernathy family actually lives here. So once you discover this settlement, you have to talk to Blake Abernathy, and he'll give you a quest that allows you to then unlock the workbench. Let's fast forward though, and I'll show you guys what the settlement looks like once I've unlocked the workbench. So one of the things I really like about Abernathy Farm is that Connie Abernathy sells general supplies, including shipments of cloth. So upon unlocking the workbench, you guys will notice that the settlement's kind of on a big hill. It's very oblong. It's not a perfect square, it's more like a giant rectangle. This is the largest open area in the settlement, so most people are probably going to end up building the majority of their settlement here. But the other side of the tower also has a good amount of space, and we'll check that out in just a minute. So you can come all the way down here to the rocks. I would suggest utilizing as much of the space as possible. You can even see a little bit of Boston out in the distance there. And then on this side, it's also pretty much just an open area. There's just some trees and bushes here that you can delete, thankfully. Most things in this settlement you can delete. You're mainly just going to get wood. You can't delete, obviously, the main power pylon tower, aka the Abernathy's home. But pretty much everything else can be deleted, including the farms and the fencing for the Brahmin. I usually delete this Brahmin thing and all their farms because I rearrange it to make room for structures. And I don't like how they leave a couple feet of space next to the fence there. I like to build right on the edge of the settlement. But you guys can do whatever you want with that. There's also some workstations here, like a chemistry station and a cooking station. And then back here is Mary Abernathy's grave. And this is related to the quest that Blake gives you. And then one thing to note about this settlement is that you won't have access to beds until you unlock the workbench. However, if you use that little trailer back there, there is a bed in there that you can use. So that'll be a go-to spot until you complete the Abernathy's quest. From this corner of the settlement, you can actually see the Wicked Shipping Fleet lockup, which is a location close to the settlement. And then another thing to note about this settlement, guys, is that they actually produce a lot of melon and tato. Those are their two main crops. One thing I really like about the melon section is that it appears they're still in the process of building it. You rarely see workshop items in the process of being made by the settlers. So in this case, you can see the wire fencing pieces before they've assembled it, which is really cool. And I typically don't delete the melon section and I leave it there. That's why I usually build more in the front of the settlement. There's more little sections along the side too that are pretty cool, little rest areas for them to take breaks while they're working. And then in the front is their main crop, which is the tato, and that's their biggest crop that they have. Let's go inside though, and we'll take a look at the inside of the home. So in here, they have like a main living room area, and then there's two bedrooms. So there's one bedroom off to the side here, which just has one bed in it. I believe that's the bed you gain access to once you gain access to the workbench. The other beds, they'll remain occupied and you can't use them still. So and this is the other bedroom, which is much bigger, and this holds 3 of the other 4 beds. There is a small bathroom down here too underneath the stairs. So that's also kind of cool. I don't really see settler homes with bathrooms very often. They even have a little kitchen nook too, which is kind of nice. There's stairs that take you up to the second level. And then underneath the stairs here, there's some junk. You can try to reutilize this space and put something there. Same thing with this section as well. And then a lot of times what I do with this upper floor is I definitely build a structure in here. But a lot of times what you can also do is you can then connect it to other high-rise structures next to this tower, because it has these perfect little drop-off edges where you can connect things. And then one thing to note, guys, is that Abernathy Farm is within walking distance of Red Rocket Truck Stop. It's also very close to Sanctuary Hills. But keep in mind, because these settlements are so close together, be careful when overbuilding in them because their load zones can overlap. That pretty much concludes my video for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.